Alright everybody, so now we are at the second last step of sewing this pants or this jeans. We're going to take our waistband, we're going to zip open the pants, and then we're going to place the waistband on the inside of the pants. Yeah, this is the inside of my pants. There we go. And now we're going to take that rough edge, the rough edge of the waistband, we're going to place it inside. These rough edges of the waistband is going to line up with the rough edge of the waistline. Yeah, make sure that the clean edge here lines up with the fly of the pants. Yeah, it lines up there. And then you want to grab some pins and you want to jab a pin in there. And then we're going to move all the way to the other side now, keeping our eye on the waistline. Grab some more pins. So now we are just preparing to sew the waistband. So we are making use of our pins to pin it to the waistline before we start sewing it. So the pins is gonna give us it's gonna hold the waistband to the waistline. Cool, and then you're gonna go ahead and pin the waistband all the way. But I'm gonna just stop there and just put another pin at the end quickly. There we go. So you want to line these edges up as well. Stick another pin in there real quick. There we go. So that's secured as well. There we go. So as you can see, one side is pinned on the fly, from the fly onwards, and the others, and we've ended by the shield, as you can see there. So we're going to sew from one side all the way to the other side. Let's do that real quick. Let's see if we are still running. Yeah, we're still running. Go. Lower your needle into the fabric. And then you can remove your pins as you are going along. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Moving the pins as you are sewing. And checking if you are still on the waistline, guys. Hopefully you guys can see. I'm going to try and keep it as flat as possible over here. the edges as I'm sewing, so you guys constantly want to check if you are sewing on the edge of the waistline here. So make sure you are sewing on the edge. If not, you can stop the machine and then just line everything up, all the panels, before you continue with the stitching, the sewing. We are close, near to the other side, and I'm still checking if I'm not sewing on any unnecessary fabric. Might be some extra fabric over there. There we go. Flattened. Alright, now we reach the end. So I need to just remove this pin real quick. And back tag. There we go. So now the next step for us is just to lift up the waistband from the inside of the pants to the outside. There we go. So all the rough stuff, rough edges is going to be tucked away on the inside of the waistband. And now the next step for us to just, line up the waistband real nice and making sure that everything is stuck on the tucked away on the inside. And we're gonna jab a bunch of pins in here so that we can keep the waistband down, so that we can have it ready for the next step. So the next step is going to be in the next video, guys. Cool.